You know me, but if you don't, I'm Catherine Evans, leader of Freedom Alliance. I've been leader for 2.5 years. So yeah, I'll crack on. Freedom Alliance came into being as a direct reaction to the government's COVID response. As lockdowns were imposed, lobby groups and grassroots movements arose, but there was no political party fighting to protect our freedoms and civil liberties at that time. Freedom Alliance formed ideologically as the political wing of the freedom movement. We grew rapidly and stood many candidates at local and by-elections. Based on a strong manifesto rooted in freedom and liberty, we have since expanded our areas of policy and meet all arising issues with the same enthusiasm and professionalism. From tackling net zero madness to the war on motorists to digital ID, we fight all government and corporate overreach into our lives, and at the same time, we push for a country with governance of our own creation, less taxation, more sovereignty, less rules. When we look at the bigger picture, what do we really want? We want politicians that are not swayed by the power of mega corporations. We want MPs that cannot be bought, manipulated, silenced. We want a government to be a servant of the people. We want a government governed by the people, not foreign power, not wealthy businessmen, not career politicians, not corruption. In essence, what we want is the uni party out, and I think we'll all agree on that. It's a grand vision shared by so many, but we must develop tactics to make it a reality. Our strategy has to be standing successful candidates of our own to replace them. Freedom Alliance recognises our differences, our strengths and weaknesses are from those currently in office. And we have recognised for a while that there are other parties, yourselves, operating in a similar vein with similar goals. If we are to change anything about the system we live under, we have to start with changing ourselves. How we manage ourselves, how we interact, how we plan. We cannot keep following the same prescribed course, or we risk ending up becoming that we wish to remove. Looking at the mainstream parties and how they behave, we see finger pointing, blame, distrust, divisiveness, hostility, polarisation, strategic manoeuvres and ideological conflict. This is the norm. Much of it is exaggerated and amplified by the media. Much of it spills over to the population and how they see their political opponents. More widely, it informs social and cultural behaviour in the public arena. It's time to break the mould. It's time to work together. Yeah. This is why we've come together with you other smaller parties. We must have a strategy with aligned tactics to streamline our path to our common goal. The path is treacherous and with enough other obstacles without colliding and crashing into each other along the way. I would argue it's incumbent on any party to align, devise tactics and execute them together to maximise our chances of success, and I will encourage more parties and individuals to join us. Because as Belmont partners, we can do just that. One such tactic, as we've identified from early on, is how we approach local and general elections and parish council ones. We should not be standing candidates in elections against those who are on the same page as us, but we can go further than that to support all of the candidates amongst us as a cross-party effort. A win for one is a win for all. You see, whilst we have come together and signed a document to say that we will collaborate together, and we have a website to show what our broad principles are, the work doesn't stop there. We came together with the other Belmont members to find the steps and actions needed to put a strategy into motion. For any of us to win seats, we all need to grow as individuals as parties and as a collective. Just as a marriage is not a wedding day or a civil contract, our time together is to nurture, bring out the best in ourselves and each other, and take advantage of this great journey we are on together and flourish. We get out what we put in. The Belmont Accord, it will not carry us. It will not do the work for us. It is the sum of our efforts. And when the Belmont Accord thrives, we all thrive. And when we become stronger, we are closer to achieving our goal. Please remember, building the Belmont Group itself is a tactic to support the overall goal. It is vital we remain focused. Everything we do is with the aim of supporting our primary objective, getting rid of the uniparty. Like a military operation, for this is a battle for how we live our lives. There needs to be clear objectives, a doctrine, and a plan of action to execute. Core components of a military operation include intelligence and situational analysis. This is creating a comprehensive understanding of the situation, learning about everything from the terrain to who the enemy is and who our friendly forces are. From this, a detailed plan is formed, identifying problems, tactics, options, and action. For us, this can be interpreted in different ways. Where is the terrain? I would argue it's inside people's minds. It is the battle for votes, and votes are thoughts. Thoughts are complex, shaped by emotions, economic, social and cultural factors, traditional voting practices, habits and internal strategies of an individual. Who is the enemy? The uniparty. That being the mainstream parties and all vested interests in their success. This is the current government and their supporters, but is also the larger corporate entities, market forces and shadowy elites who have much riding on the need for a malleable government. Who are the friendly units? Well, everyone in this room, but it is also other small parties or individuals who are not in the Belmont Group. It can be social media influencers, lobby groups, grassroots groups, journalists, other media channels, the wider freedom movement, the public, and even people in other countries going through similar situations with their government. It could be current MPs or councillors, civil servants, businesses, and many more that are in agreement on our main principal concerns. Forming a detailed plan for us needs to stay firmly in the realm of what is possible and real. This is not a place for grand ideas, hopes and ideals. Yes, when we plan, we must challenge ourselves, push the boundaries, think outside the box. But is it important that we are realistic and maximise what we have to our best advantage? We must identify our resources, our strengths and weaknesses, and be honest with ourselves and each other about what is working and what isn't. It's not for me to tell you what to do. This is a joint effort with input from everybody here. This is why we must get round the table, meet regularly, build relationships and collaborations across the board. We must drive innovation, create new methods, identify new tactics and ideas to solve our problems and bring greater value to our collective efforts. There is much planning to be done. Through this